pieces of given information, and they need us to fill in the third piece of information to use the theorem that they're telling us to use. So I'm going to use this picture for each one, but I'm going to erase my markings in between. You could draw your own picture for each one separately if you need to. We're first given that DE is congruent to AB, so I'm marking this with one marking. We're also given that angle D is congruent to angle A. They want us to use the angle-angle side postulate, which means that we need another angle. Since the S is written on the end, the side cannot be between the two angles. Since it cannot be between the two angles, we cannot use E and B, because that would make the side in between the angles. So we need to use two angles in a side that's not between them. So since we can't use E, we're going to need to use F. So if you notice, if I mark F and C congruent, you can see that the side is not between these two angles, and that would be angle-angle side for the reason. So to fill these blanks, we would need angle F congruent to angle C. So now I'm going to erase my markings and go to the next one. The next one says that FE is congruent to CB, and that angle F is congruent to angle C. And they want us to use angle, side, angle. So we need two angles and the side in the middle. Since the side needs to be in the middle of the two angles, that means that we need the ends of this side, like B and C, E and F. That means that we need angle E congruent to angle B for us to have angle, side, angle. So that's the piece we need to add. Angle E congruent to angle B. For the third one here, they want us to use side, angle, side. That means we're going to need two sides and one angle. They gave us a side and an angle, so we're going to need another side. DF congruent to AC, and angle F congruent to angle C. And they want us to have side, angle, side, which means that the angle needs to be in the middle of the two sides, surrounded by the sides. So if this angle needs to be surrounded by marked sides, then this side is marked, then we need the other side of it marked. So that's going to have 2 marks and 2 marks. So we need the sides EF congruent to BC. Let's look at these down here. These didn't give us a picture. These gave us given information, and they want us to draw our own picture. Well, they didn't say to draw our own picture, but I'm going to draw a picture to tell whether these triangles are congruent or not. And you want to pay close attention also to the order that they're listing them here. These need to be corresponding order, like how this statement says JK congruent to RS. JK is first 2, RS is the first 2, so those are matching up well. And J and R first and first, L and T last one. So these match up really good with the statement. So let's just draw some triangles. Whoa, I don't want that line. Let me get this one. Draw a couple random triangles, doesn't matter how they look. Try to make them look the same, because they may be congruent, they may not be. But we want them to sort of look alike as we get started. So, and then go around them and name them JKL, RST. If they don't give you a picture, you really want to do this. They're saying that J is congruent to R, that K is congruent to S, and that L is congruent to T. In this problem, there are no sides given. Angle, angle, angle is not a reason why triangles are congruent. The reason that this is not a reason is that if you enlarge a triangle, it could still have the same angle measures but be larger than the other. Similar figures will have this, where their angles will match but their sides will not match. So angle, angle, angle is never a reason. So it says tell whether you can use the given information. So no, we cannot use the given information here. If we can, I'm going to say yes, and then I'll say the reason why they're congruent. So I need another picture. I'm just drawing another picture. They don't have to be the same, the pictures, as like the previous problem. And again, label JKLRST. Okay, they said JK is congruent to RS. They said that J is congruent to R. And they said that L is congruent to T. I have two angles and a side. Notice that the side does not connect your angles. So the side will just be written onto the end. And so you'll say yes, by, angle, angle, side. Since the side is not between, you write the S on the end when you name it. Again, naming it is really, really important, so you need to practice that a lot. That's what people have the most trouble with in this unit. Okay, next one, JKL, RST. K is congruent to S. L is congruent to M. Is there an M? No. Let's make this a T and just see what happens. They shouldn't be giving us random letters. I want to see what happens if they gave me a real letter here. If it was on a test with an M or something, you can ask me about that and definitely would put no here, but I want to see what happens if it was the right letter there. And then KL and ST. Okay, I'm liking this because I want us to test knowing our reasons. So we've got two angles and a side on each triangle. Notice the corresponding ones are matched markings. And they don't have to be facing the same direction. They could be turned around as long as they're still, have one angle that's matching that one angle that's matching that one, and then this one has a side in the middle. This one also has the side in the middle. So you know that they match up, and then you look at one of them to determine the reason. So yes, they are congruent. And we've got two angles and then the side that connects them. So the side is in the middle. So we're going to have angle, side in the middle, angle as the reason. Now this last one is just giving you two pieces of information. I know right off the bat that two pieces of information is not enough. So we can't do this problem for number 10, and I'm not even going to draw a picture.